Usually teams wait until the end of the regular season before they even think about making franchise-altering moves, but apparently Bill Belichick and another NFL team are already making plans for next year. According to Dan Orlovsky while appearing on the Pat McAfee show, not only is Belichick parting ways with the New England Patriots after this season, he plans to continue coaching and making personnel decisions for another team, and that team has already been decided.
Now, Diana Rossini reported this weekend that people around the building are assuming or preparing for a mutual parting of ways between Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. He will go coach somewhere else if that is the case. Will he be the GM as well? We assume, but who knows? That would be bananas. That would be a colossal move in the NFL news cycle.
I've heard that. I've heard more and more of that over the past week. I'm not a reporter, all that stuff, but I have heard that.
You're a journalist.
I have heard that that's going to be the case, and it's kind of who knows the likelihood of it, but I've heard that that's going to happen, and I've heard the location is already kind of determined as well.
Well, that is some news right there. Now, take it with a grain of salt. This is Dan Orlovsky, who's, as he stated, is not a reporter. He's also been an unofficial advisor to Mac Jones, talking to him about his footwork, mechanics, and stuff. Obviously, he hasn't had a ton of success in that area. That being said, Belichick has always been proactive, and if he knows he's out the door at the end of this season, which most of us assume he is at this point, he has plenty of contacts around the league that can get the ball rolling. Now, which team might that be? There are three obvious frontrunners on my list of potential vacancies. However, there is one, in my opinion, that is most likely. So I'll start with the least likely of the three, the Los Angeles Chargers. Here is an organization that has not been satisfied with Brandon Staley working with a roster that has all the talent in the world. Staley is a defensive-minded head coach, and his team just gave up 41 points last week. You bring in Belichick to repair the defense, make the right moves that will contain some of the league's best offenses, and then you have Justin Herbert and company on the other side. All you need is the defense to play a little better, and that Chargers team turns a lot of those losses into wins. Belichick would have a real quarterback. They would win games right away. The reason I don't think it's going to happen, I do not see Belichick moving to Los Angeles and working with questionable ownership. But hey, the weather is nice. Not a bad place to finish your career. It's certainly very possible. Second choice would be the Washington Commanders. This rumor was floating around a couple of weeks ago. Sam Howell has proven to be a competent quarterback with some play extending abilities. They will have lots of cap space going into the offseason, not to mention Belichick's connection with Annapolis and the Naval Academy just down the road. It would be a great opportunity for Belichick to finish his career where much of his childhood started. However, the likeliest choice, in my opinion, is the New York Football Giants, where Belichick earned his wings working under Bill Parcells. The Giants have a very strong chance at landing the number one overall pick in the NFL draft. They do have some talent on that roster, but most importantly, he has a real affinity for that organization. I'm not sure he will win a lot of games, but they would have some patience for a rebuild, and they already have a great relationship with Bill. There's a reason the Patriots wrap up the preseason every year with a game against the Giants. Where do you think Bill Belichick will end up? Is it the Giants, Commanders, or Chargers? A team I haven't mentioned, perhaps the Buffalo Bills. Might we see him return to New England, but with a different general manager? Let me know in the comments below.